Greetings, my friends. Happy Sunday. Is it Sunday? Is it back to work already tomorrow? The day after July the 4th, I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of drivers that were out there yesterday are resting today. Huge numbers yesterday, huge numbers. Get this directly from very, very reliable sources. The evidence, the proof speaks for itself. $890 one day, July the 4th, there it is, plus $60 tips, $950 one day, 12 hours of work. That works out to $80 an hour. 80 times 12 is $960, yeah, $80 an hour. $80 an hour, right? Another driver, $788. Call it $790 plus $40 tips, $830 for 11 hours. Also, almost averaged out $80 per hour, two drivers, $80, right? Now, how did they get there? Well, a combination of factors, right? Combination of factors, and this is definitely not like the last July 4th, 2019. I don't think this will be achievable July 2021. The sort of perfect conditions were there to achieve and make these numbers. Maybe 30% of the drivers were out there. The people did want to go to barbecues. The people did want to go to parties, right? And they had to order a vehicle. And usually we're talking families here, and usually we're talking larger vehicles, XL, accommodating families, maybe two families, etc., etc. So a formula pretty much that I've been teaching for the last 5 years still applies today, and that is if you are getting into the rideshare game, into the rideshare business, even now, right? You need money and you have a little bit of money saved up. And let's say you enter category X or Lyft regular. If you can put in the hours, listen up, if you can put in the hours and put the money aside, the sooner you can jump to XL, right? Minivan, SUV, the better, because that's where the money is. This is a formula that I've been teaching for years, because the combination of, let's say, being able to drive on XL, to be able to drive on SUV, to be able to drive on Comfort because your Suburban or your Escalade allows you to drive on Comfort, and because your Suburban or Escalade can also be used as a luxury private vehicle, that is where you're making the big, big money, right? And if you look at these numbers of $890 plus $60 tips, $950 excluding private trips. Maybe you had one or two private trips scheduled on that day. At that moment, you are over $1,000 on that one day. Now, that's not the typical day. This is a day during the pandemic where 70% of the drivers are collecting and staying at home, and hardcore drivers that are sticking to the no mask, no ride rule are going out there and getting big, big days. It's Moose says, what's up? It's up on a Sunday, my friend. Usually baked 420, you think they will extend PUA because of reclosures. The articles that I have read yesterday by Kudlow, who is Trump's guy, said that no, they will not extend the PUA. They will give a bonus to people who are going back to work. And this PUA, this 600 a week, applies to about 30 million Americans, about 10% of all citizens. So they do not want to, Kudlow, who is Trump's boy, does not want to extend the PUA, but he would rather give a bonus for you going back to work. Those who go back to work and stop collecting that money will get a bonus. That is what I can share with you. Stephen DeLong is in the house. Again, welcome and thank you for yesterday. Thank you for being there. So there's a few things that I wanted to cover today. And the one is the drive pass. I just pushed out a video about an hour ago about the drive pass. People in San Diego immediately started, well, I just want to go back to that. Usually Baked 420 says, how do we get the bonus, right? The bonus, my friends, according to Kudlow Trump's guy, is you go back to work, or you show that you found a job after July the 31st. They want to reward that. They do not want to reward people who are staying on the PUA program. I read this last night. I could make a video about it directly from the administration, right? So they want to stop the PUA. They want to stop the $600 a week, which is, you know, good money. Allows you to stay home, allows you to do your thing, allows you to maybe pay your rent. But they want to stop that, and they want to encourage you to go back to work and give you a bonus for going back to work. And currently they estimate that 30 million Americans are on that PUA program. So I hope I answered that question for you, usually Baked. So he said, how do you receive if you go back? Okay, so if you can prove to them that you have found a job and you went back to work, you obviously get some sort of statement, income statement that you took up work again. You send them that, and then you get that bonus. That is what they are planning. What they really do at the end of the day, you never know what these guys do up there. They change, they change their underwear just as many times as Uber and Lyft do, multiple times a day. You never know what they're up to. Then they say one thing, and then that doesn't apply, and then, no, we didn't say that, but yes, we said this. You never know. You never know. You just have to wait till July the 31st. That's the way I approach things right now. Okay, apparently this runs out on July the 31st. Let's see what happens then. They said yesterday, they released this, that the PUA ends on July the 31st and that you get a bonus for going back to work. You have to show them that you got the job and went back to work. Slick Nick in the house, It's Moose says, in order for the current president to get reelected, it is my opinion that there will have to be some huge payout in the form of stimulus or PUA to get reelected. And you're very accurate in saying that. You're very accurate in saying that. People very often get enticed by the money. Oh, person rewarded me, or the administration rewarded me. Maybe I owe them a vote. Right? Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll work. Right? Maybe that'll work. But as you also correctly say, and I want to read this very slowly, which is a very accurate statement, I think, and this goes for Republicans and Democrats, is that our elected officials, Republicans and Democrats, waffle a lot. Not taking any particular side here, being pretty diplomatic with my answer. I want to say huge shout out to Iluta Hilaire. Welcome you here. Happy Sunday, everyone. A safe Sunday, a healthy Sunday. The formula that I started teaching 5 years ago, and I stick to it, to my same formula. I said fame, maybe it is famous, but to my same formula till this very day, 5 years later, hello Jimmy, is depending on what budget, depending on what credit you have, how do I go out there and approach this job? There are people with really bad credit, no judgment, no judgment. There are people with minimal dollars in their bank account, no judgment, right? But at that point, you can go out there, hope that you can pick up a Prius or something at an auction for $4,500 to $5,000. You drive like crazy, put in crazy hours. You put several $1,000s aside. You hopefully build up your credit, or you make the move on a bigger vehicle, on a maybe hybrid SUV, on a Suburban maybe, on an Escalade maybe, on a minivan, and you get yourself into these categories: XL, comfort, and SUV. Bigger crowds, always bigger tips, right? And as you can see, 4th of July, $880 plus $60 tips, almost $790 plus $40 tips. How long did they work? 11 hours, 12 hours. How much did it average out to yesterday? Almost $80 an hour. And this comes from very reliable sources that I've worked together with, that have basically followed the formula and are still seeing big paydays today, right? Because when we go out and make that move, that transition from X to XL, or from a small economy car to a bigger car, a luxury car, We can now enter the arena of private clients. You're a limo driver, you have your own company, you take ownership, you have an LLC, it's just you, me, myself, and I, my own company. I dictate the rates. I put 100% in my pocket. So on top of that, if you have a morning trip to the airport or an evening trip, you're over $1,000. You're over $1,000. And you can hear it live from the horse's mouth. This horse, as well as many other stallions and race horses out there that will testify. This formula works, right? So AZ, I agree. I like it. It actually rhymes. AZ, I agree. Ray the mailman Uber says, yesterday I made $1,375 on private trips. That, my friend, power. That is power. $1,375 on private trips. And he knows why. Because he knows that this is a big day where he's going to drive around his clients. They want safe. They want a safe environment. They know him. They book him in advance. He schedules the bookings, right? So he can actually make it happen. Okay, well, that person wants to go to that party at that time. This person wants to be picked up. He can schedule it. And he demands his fees. And guess what? They reward him. They reward him with great, great tips. Yesterday, I had a lot of work to do. I only took one private trip, which made me about $200, but I got at least a $500 gift basket with wine, with champagne, with cheese, with food, with salads, with everything in it for the one trip, right? And I've been feasting on that food yesterday. Today, I'll feast on it tomorrow. I drank the bottle of wine. It was called prescription wine, right? I finished off the bottle. And I feel like I had a good 4th of July. And that was by myself because the rest of my family are water skiing and hiking. Mikey Momo says, I hope you sue that biatch, B-I-T-C-H. If it's a male or a female who does me wrong, who cheats, who lies, who makes up a story and then runs and is not willing to share her information, her insurance, and just bails, I went after her and I gave her an opportunity to take responsibility for what she did. She didn't. She took off. And now that I've tracked her ass down, I'm going to take her to court. And I managed, remember after this all happened, she took off. I saw 2 little kids skating right at the end there, at the end of the parking lot. So I thought, okay, so this woman takes off. I walk across the entire parking lot and I said, guys, how old are you? One guy says, I'm 15, and the other one says, I'm 16. How are you guys? I said, did you see what happened? He said, yeah, we saw what happened. We were skating. He says, that stupid, whatever. The one guy says, that stupid, whatever, blah, 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 shouting around, trying to blame you and then take off. We know it was her. So I said, may I get your names and your phone numbers? May I get your testimony? Right? I got that testimony. So with the information that I had from them, with the number plate, with a couple of phone calls, got a copy of her driver's license, and now I'm exposing this woman and going after her. You know, I come from the school of hard knocks, right? The wild, wild west in South Africa, where everyone was out there to try to scam you. You had to navigate and try to hold on to your money, right? And very often you had to use crazy means to go and collect your money. I remember once I did a deal for 600,000 and I was screwed, and I stood there and I just realized, wow, I got shafted for $600,000 by some people that flew in to the country, right? Had their names. I knew that they had a rental car, blah, 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 put all the points together. We found them. I will not tell you how we got the money back. We got the money back before they got on that plane the very next morning. At night, we literally raided their place at about 1 a.m. I got my money back. No person was hurt. but we got the money. And then I get a lawyer's letter from the people that, because they didn't make the flight, that Monday I get a phone call from the attorney and then a lawyer's letter. And I said, sure, I'll meet with you. So I met with the guy and I said, do you know who you represent? I've done my homework on the people, right? They try to steal $600,000. These are the people that you want to represent. That's cool. Go ahead. File. And I think by me showing the attorneys what I had on these individuals and who they were, the attorneys immediately agreed, good, glad that you basically got your money. They got paid small little retainer by these people. These people took off back overseas. I got my money back. But sometimes we have to go to great lengths to get our cash back. And I will. I come from the school of hard knocks. I've been there. I've done that street schooling. And I can tell you, it's not always pretty, right? Trying to get money back, especially if you get into big deals, maybe with possible big rewards, but you get screwed over big, you got to get your money back. And I have news for this lady. She has no idea what can of worms she opened up, right? But at the end of the day, they're legal, there's laws in place, we'll follow the laws, we'll get paid, period, end of story. So Rick says it's really buffering. It's hit and run, yeah. She took off, would not provide the details, started screaming at everyone. She knew she was wrong, but she started blaming everyone. She screamed and she took off. And I specifically asked for the details. I asked for a driver's license. I asked for insurance. She wouldn't. She refused. She just took off. Boom. But, you know, now that we have her information, now that I know where she lives, Monday I get to work. Simple. Right? I think that's a violation. If Mikey owns a car, if Rick owns a car, if Daniel owns a car, if Mike owns a car, and your car is violated, your office is violated, and people then start screaming at you and start trying to blame you, right? I'm sitting in my car, for crying out loud. I just picked up a Starbucks coffee, right? I'm reading the news. Boom, I get hit. And then people start telling you, Mikey, telling you, Rick, telling you it's Moose, telling you, is you wrong? And no, I'm not giving you any information, and take off. That to me is a hit and run. Good luck. You know, now that I have your face, now that I made a couple of calls, I got your details, I'm putting it out in the open. I'm exposing this woman as a fraud, right? And, you know, she could have just taken ownership, taken responsibility, paid for basic damages. Now she's going to pay a lot, right? Because now you open further. You know, that to me is borderline criminal. It's borderline criminal. My postman, nicest guy in the world, nicest guy. And suddenly I don't see him delivering the mail anymore. And I'm like, he's been there every day, always on time. Comes at 2:15. And then I ask the next day, hey, where's my buddy? Oh, he got hit on a Harley Davidson hit and run. And the guy took off. They're still looking for him, right? Hit and run is wrong, my friends. Hit and run is wrong. Karma is a biatch. It gets back to you. Always karma, always gets back to you. I believe in karma. I believe if you do bad, if you do evil things, karma comes all the way around and bites you in your butt, right? Cool, genuine Phil in the house. Oh my gosh, I just read this. Sorry, here I am getting all enthusiastic. He's walking, he says, I lost my mom this week. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, dear mother of Phil. We send you love and light up there. I'm very, very, very sorry to hear that news. I really am. That's painful. I'm sorry, my brother, that you lost your mother. Wow. And here I am, shouting out excited, hey, Phil, and then I read the line. So sorry for me. Let me let that soak in. It's got to hit me first, you know. This is hard because it also brings up other feelings. Anyone that's lost a family member, mother or father, brother, sister, it's It's the most stressful, painful thing there is, period. So let's send him a lot of love. Let's send Phil a lot of love and light. And rest in peace, dear mother of Phil. He says it's okay, I'm her only child. Well, she's smiling down at you right now. You're smiling back at her. And whatever happened, I'm not going to ask questions, but I hope she's in a good, wonderful place right now, smiling back at you. Peace to the wonderful lady. May she be in peace. Stay strong. Stay strong, my friend. I started this video talking about highs. We also experience lows, right? We can go from a high like this to a much more powerful low, which is losing someone. So it always amazes me. It always amazes me how much good and bad, how much suffering and health and survival you can experience in a live stream. A live stream is sometimes a roller coaster of emotions, my friends. You could laugh, the next moment you can cry. You know, all in 22 minutes. So by sharing, I think sharing is caring. By you voicing that to a community that supports you, right? To friends, these are your friends, this is your family, they support you. I think that's the best thing that we can do, is always encourage young kids, always encourage teenagers, always encourage adults, always encourage seniors to just talk about it. Say it as it is, good or bad. Because maybe we can help you, maybe we can assist you, maybe we can support you, maybe we can give you a virtual hug, right? So communication is king or queen. It's key, it's imperative that you teach your little young ones from the beginning, talk to me about everything, good or bad. Painful, not painful, put it out there. Because you know what, the moment you let go of that statement, you immediately get support. People rally and support around you. That's what you see in this room. That's why I really enjoy having these, building up these one-on-one relationships. God bless the lady. Now, do I feel all enthusiastic to talk about big numbers? No, but you know, I'm happy for the drivers that hit these big numbers. I know how hard they worked to get there. I know they made the right decisions to get there. And it truly, truly is a formula that works, right? Now, as I say that, I do want to share this thumbnail that I created, because I just put it out in another video. And before I jump into this drive past, I'm looking at my likes. It looks like this, right? Not like this, it looks like this. I have 8. I have 28 people in the room. I work for my likes. I go and do the research. I go and get the screenshots. I go and get the information. I go do the dirty work. I go do the pounding. I go lifting the hammer. And I do that for my likes, right? Because I want to feel that it's like reciprocal. a win-win exchange of mutual energy. You go out, you do your work, your research, you share it, and then you get great feedback. So it should be like this. Thumbs up for you, the audience, and a thumbs up for the input, right? So don't forget to hit the like. Who did I learn that from? I guess I learned that from Dustin, who always would say, don't forget to smash the likes. And I'm going to say, don't forget to smash the likes. Thank you. So this drive past to me sounds extremely confusing. Extremely confusing. And this is again from one of the most reliable sources down in San Diego. Send me this screenshot. And when you see a future promise like this is what I call a future promise, right? On the screen it says 22% lower fee. And you look at that and you say 22% lower fee. Okay, which means I'm going to make more money, right? Which I should be making more money with 22% less service fee, right? How do I get there? Well, guess what? Your eye wanders down and they say, well, hey, here's this driver passes here. This driver passes here. Announcement 7,222,000 by Uber. The driver passes here, right? The this is here, the that is here, the this is here, the that is here, the this is here, the that is here. I mean, do they try out a lot of things? Okay, so the driver pass is here. What is the driver pass? It says buy a drive pass for a select number of trip requests and pay 0% service fee. Has anyone tried this? Right, and I know I've made a video, I know I've made a short video, but I want, interaction, I want feedback. So whether gig workers, whether you come across that past video or this live stream, hopefully I get enough feedback. Yeah, I signed up for the drive pass. I signed up for the drive pass. I used the drive pass. This is my feedback on the drive pass. The initial reaction to my first video, right? The initial reaction, which I can share here 2 hours later, is, we can't trust it. We can't trust it. I've seen that word trust, T-R-U-S-T. It's a big word. It's a big word. If somebody cheats on you, trust is gone. If Dara screws you over, trust is gone. If you've worked like a maniac and you're in 4.98 and you get deactivated, the trust is gone. The trust is gone. We hear that over and over again. I don't trust them anymore. I don't trust Dara anymore. I don't trust Uber anymore. I don't trust the CEO anymore. I don't trust Lyft anymore. I don't trust John Zimmer anymore. I don't trust Logan Green anymore. I don't trust this Tony West guy. Right? Trust is a big, big word. It's a big word. And the initial reaction 2 hours ago to this video was, I don't trust this. I don't trust this. And that basically comes from years and years and years of experience of them trying to outcraft you, of them trying to out-scheme you, of them trying to out-trick you, of them trying to take your dollar and your pennies away here and there. The trust evaporates. Gone. Gone. The trust. So our initial reaction, our gut feel, right? Our solar plexus reaction to this is, nah, I don't trust it. But just as the same time we say, I don't trust it, we say, well, maybe I will try it out once. I'll try it out once. And what does it mean? For a select number of trips, how many trips? Are we talking 5 trips? Are we talking a buy-in of 10 trips with a future promise? Will my service fees go down? Yes or no? I've just bought into 5 or 10 trips. And am I now making more money? Because ladies and gentlemen, you have to look at statistics, right? You've got statistics. If you are buying into a select number of trips, 5 or 10, you have to compare them to 5 or 10 previous trips. You have to compare apples to these new oranges. Where am I making more money? So if I buy this driver pass, if I select a certain number of trips, whether it's 10, for example, I have to compare them to these 10 apples to these other 10 oranges. Where did I make more money? Where did I lose money? Will I try this driver pass again? Will I buy in more? Will I buy in for 20 trips, 50 trips? The one thing that they are good at is baiting and luring you in. We hear over the last few weeks, wow, we make so much money on surge. Suddenly, overnight, surge vanishes in certain markets. Yesterday, people were reporting to me, hey, four surge, 5 surge. So why do certain markets get the surge? Why do certain markets get the surge and then it's taken away here? And then it's brought back here and it's taken away here? It's a never-ending surprise party with these Uber and Lyft companies. It's a never-ending surprise. What surprise do they have for us tomorrow on Monday? What surprise do they have in their bag for us on Tuesday? Right, this was yesterday's surprise, a drive pass. Rick Nelson, I got a $5 tip for providing a mask. A couple of weeks ago, I said, if you have a couple of spare masks, they'll probably equate to a lot of money. Cool, genuine Phil says, got an email through Lyft to buy PPE supplies and hand out masks to passengers who forget. I say, hell no. Why should you buy PPE? Why should you buy masks? And that fool, that Mr. Tough guy who thinks, okay, I'm not going to wear a mask because, only weak people wear masks. Why am I spending my money to hand out a free mask to someone so that I can conclude that trip and Lyft earns money? Same answer, hell no. You get in my car, you follow the rules. If you cannot follow the rules of my office, of my restaurant, of my this, of my that, you're out. I'm the boss here. You the boss. Out. And if it means they deactivate you over that, you got to go after them. Right? You have the means to go after them. You have a system in place that protects you. Go and take them to the cleaners like I did. I took Uber and Lyft to the cleaners for the amount of $1.1 million. And I'm in a battle that fight. You should do the same. Uberman Tampa says, I heard tons of drivers quit and they're hurting. Correct. I'm hearing of a few people who are, I think, working smart in these times, who are being hardcore about the masks, right? Who are using the fact that, or who are benefiting the fact, capitalizing on the fact that there are not many drivers around. They're working smart and they're making big money. But as Uberman Tampa says, there are also a lot of people out there that completely quit and they're hurting. And maybe they're hurting because they're waiting on the PUA. Maybe they were hurting because they were promised unemployment money and still waiting on it, like many Vegas drivers, right? Everyone has their story. Mike Smith says, Uberman Tampa, I haven't driven a passenger for either Uber or Lyft since early February. Okay. Uber and Lyft passengers, likewise, none. Private passengers, yes, a few. Truth Warriors in the house, I welcome you. Good to see you here. I like that name, the Truth Warrior. Love it. That injects a lot of positivity and balance, the Truth Warrior. Yep, and long drive to get them at my expense. Rick Nelson says they will come back in August, and I guess they will come back in August because in August, I predict the PUA runs out, the money runs out, and you need cash again, right? And I have a feeling from what I read yesterday, the PUA will not be extended. Mr. Mayhem says, just make sure you call Uber first before the consumer does, if you know they might try to report you. Good point. Get it on the record. If you already know, it's got a good point there, because if you already feel a conflict, that's why I always say 2 phones are the best, right? So you're locked in on this phone, right? And you're dealing with this guy who's screaming at you. Hey, hang on one second. Let me get my second phone, right? I've got 2 plans, my second phone out. Let me call Uber. And why don't you tell Uber that, Mr. Tough Guy, you don't want to wear your mask? Why don't you tell him, hey, Uber, hey, I've got this guy here, Ricky. He just ordered the trip. He refuses to get into my car. He's screaming at me. He doesn't want to wear a mask, right? I just want to get it on the record so you have me. Do you want to speak to him? I'm not going to speak to them. Screw you. He cancels. Let him cancel. Let you collect the money. But that second phone, my friends, comes in so handy. It comes in so handy, no pun intended, handy, 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 right? Here you've locked them in on this platform, maybe AT&T, on this phone, Verizon. I'm going to call 1-800-5937. Hey, by the way, I just want to get it on the record here. I'm right here with Mr. A-hole, right? Or Mrs. Crackhead, and they don't want to wear a mask. So do you want to talk to them? I've got them right here. I just want to get this on the record. This guy is going to lose his marbles because you've exposed him. So I'm telling you, that second phone, woo, does wonders. It does wonders. Yes, it costs a little bit more, but it does wonders. It's Moo says, not getting political, just stating fact. Herman Cain contracted COVID-19 at a rally with no physical distancing and had to be admitted to the hospital. Yes, he did, as well as Trump Jr.'s girlfriend. So you could deny, you can say it's a hoax. The facts are there. When it hits close to home, or you personally, can't deny the facts. You cannot deny the facts when you're 6 feet underground, right? So, you know, let's bring Herman Cain onto the show. So you went there, denied, weren't wearing a mask. That never can happen, can't happen to me, and now you're sick, or now you're a carrier. Hey, guys, doctors and nurses have been wearing masks for decades. Why do doctors and nurses wear masks in a hospital and a doctor's office? Because when you walk in, they probably, or maybe they expect you're sick, you're bringing something in, you're coming to them for their help, right? And they use precaution. And it's not just this whole mask thing didn't develop in the pandemic times. No, doctors and nurses in hospitals, I'll guarantee you, 10 years ago, you walked into a hospital, people were wearing masks because they don't want to catch your disease. They don't want to catch your virus. And the fact is, they work, right? They work. And this is not made up crap. This is, very basic medical science that if you cough or these particles are in the air, maybe get into your nose or your mouth, and that's how you contract it, Or you put your hands up and spit all over your hands, and the next thing you know, you're eating a chocolate bar and the stuff's on there and gets into your mouth. You contracted it. Johnny 3 volts, if you don't like the job, get another job. Stop moaning. Or who's moaning? Who's moaning, Johnny? Are you moaning? Tough guy? We're talking about drive pass. We're talking about earning possibilities. And here this guy comes shooting out a statement. If you don't like the job, get another job. Stop moaning. Correct. Maybe you went and got another job, but you're here. So you're obviously here, and you're here for a reason. So do share. Enjoy. Masks don't work. I don't agree with you, Mike Smith. I don't agree with you at all. But hey, you do that, I don't want to come to your funeral and throw a quarter into your grave. I don't want to do that. Right? I don't want to do that. Truth Warrior says, I have an old family friend whose daughter's boyfriend was just tested positive. They live in California. Yeah. There was a driver here called Tina. I sent her a lot of medical supplements, boosters, vitamin E, etc., etc. And she says it wasn't fun. She went through 6 weeks of hell to build up her immune system. So for those deniers, I hope it doesn't hit you. I hope it doesn't hit you. Uberman Tampa says we're on mandatory mask for 2 weeks, yet we're getting thousands of cases each day. Yeah, mandatory masks now. Now, right now that the numbers are through the roof, thousands and thousands of spikes in your state, in California, in Florida, through the roof. And now you decide to wear the masks. You should have not opened up, and the bars and the parties and the beaches, Hey, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Mike Smith, you're not a doctor. Don't come with your own little predictions here. test it. Find a place that has a walk-in freezer. We're not walking around in freezers, dude. We're walking around in the open. We're walking around in the public. We're walking around. I don't walk around in a freezer, right? So if you walk into a freezer, you may experience different conditions, but the freezer is not the norm. The norm is you're going into a shopping center. The norm is you're filling up your gas. The norm is you're walking around in your house. We're not walking around in a freezer. So why do I go out, according to your theory, and go and test it in a freezer? Come on, dude. Come on. Again, you know, obviously there's also different masks, right? Scott says, I hear LA County sheriffs are ticketing non-mask wearers. I'm sure they are. I heard that Texas has mandatory masks, California, Florida. I ask myself, why do these three suddenly, you know, impose these rules? Because they've had record spikes in the last 2 weeks. Record spikes. So anyone that has experience with this drive pass, would be great to hear your feedback, right? Please let us know how many trips you selected. Please let us know what you made on the previous 5 to 10 trips versus this new offer. Did you come out more, making more after 22 or 25% lower service fee, right? Gilad Koreski, again, that's a pretty wild assumption. The spikes happen because numerous factors, not just because of protests, because people going out, summer conditions, piling on the beach, opening up the bars, opening up the restaurants, protests. It's a whole combination of factors. You cannot take a needle and pinpoint one thing. The moment you're not socially distancing, the moment you're not wearing the mask, whether you're on the beach or in the restaurant or in the bar or at a protest, you may catch it. So I have to change the wording on that statement a little bit, but I would say you're 25% on the money. It definitely did help, yeah. It didn't help, it helped increase it, yeah. Heard that as well in California. Scott Tucker says Vegas is pulling business licenses for businesses not complying with government mandate. A lot of businesses say, well, screw you. I'm going to open up my bar. I'm going to throw a big party. I saw that the other day here in Thousand Oaks at the Tipsy Goat. They had strict laws in place. None of their staff were wearing masks, and there were just massive crowds. And now they're surprised that some of these people got sick, right? I mean, Trump Jr.'s girlfriend goes to a big party in the Hamptons, 100, 200 people. They're all partying, and several people got sick. Are they surprised? No, it's a big wake-up call. You know what, Rick, I am going to go down to Long Beach tomorrow. My guess is I'll probably roll in there about 11 a.m. I got to go to Orange County first. I got to go to downtown LA first. And yes, I can. If you can text me, I'll let you know. I'll give you maybe a 30-minute heads up. Cool. Hit the like button, please. We're covering a lot of good topics here. Where is the big? Where's my big fourth? There it is. So real numbers from yesterday, achieved in Excel plus comfort category, $890 plus $60 tips in 12 hours, 790 almost plus $40 tips, 830 in 11 hours, almost averaged out to about $80. Big day, lots of surge 4s, surge 5s, non-stop business. And again, that is because of a variety of factors. This is not July 2019, and this is not July 2021. This is July during a pandemic. Maybe 25, 30% of the drivers on the road, right? Controlling the field, non-stop busy. Uber needs the money, Lyft needs the money, they will hit the surge. They need money now. They need these riders to pay, and they need to keep these drivers happy. They need to entice other drivers to come on board to see these type of numbers, right? And again, I don't think that these numbers are really achievable in X. You may start off in X, but my suggestion is somewhere down the line, go and make the investment into a good minivan, or at least a nice, clean hybrid SUV, or a Suburban or Escalade if you can afford it. Get yourself in Excel, get yourself in comfort, drive bigger groups, get bigger tips, and make 100% sure that on above these categories, you are also a private driver with your own LLC, with your own limited liability corporation, where you answer to yourself, where you put 100% of your earnings in your own back pocket. And you will have these $900 days, plus maybe another $200, $300 of private tippings. So there have been many days where $1,000 to $1,500, yes, I celebrated it. I had those days. They don't happen every day, but it's completely achievable with those factors that I just mentioned. And Phil also makes a correct statement. He says, let's see how long these bonuses last. This is not going to be forever. They got to bait and bring back the drivers, right? And then what they're telling the riders is that, listen, in these times, you got to pay. You got to pay. You got to be willing to pay, because the essential workers are just not there. 70% of them are home. You got to pay for that guy or that girl to come out and get you. So Uber and Lyft are using this opportunity. Uber Eats is definitely using and pounding those restaurants with up to 40% charges. They are milking it. Why? Because their company is literally falling apart. Uber's shares went down 14.4%. 14.4% in the month of June. They did not get the Grubhub deal. They are probably going to lose out on this Postmates deal, because Postmates now said, you know what, we're heading towards an IPO. If Uber wants us, make us an attractive offer, but we are still heading towards the IPO. So, not looking too rosy there. Gilad Kuriski said, I did the calculation at Pot and Handy this weekend. Was quite surprising to see the sum. And you're right. And it probably astounded you on how much money you should receive, right? Because they didn't pay you for all those breaks, those lunch breaks, the overtime, the overtime is big time. When you go into the 1.5 multiplier, it's big time. So out of curiosity, what number did they spit out there? Gilad, I'd be very, very curious to find out. And if you do go through Potter Handy, mention Tim. Tim is the main guy there, the main attorney. Mention my name, RideShare Professor Torsten. I promise you, you will get great treatment. Yeah, because you've put in all these hours over probably a few years, and that adds up to a lot of money, my friend. Should be a 5-digit figure. Should be a 5-digit figure. Should definitely be a 5-digit. It's not going to be a 6-digit, but definitely will be a 5-digit figure. Guys, go there and Uber driver 301 just texted me. How are you? We'll get back to you. Yeah, 200 grand. There we go. That's a nice 5-figure number. You deserve it. Go after it. Gabriel Miller's in the house, says, hi there. How are you, my friend? Hope you, your family are doing great. Hope you had a great 4th of July. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're healthy. Hope you're making money. Chi-Town 5.0 made $48.75 an hour yesterday. Never stopped driving part-time. Never made less than $20 an hour. Good for you. I'm happy. And if I may ask, was that on the UberX platform? Right, because what I'm throwing out here is XL, right, which is pretty much double the rates of X. Would make sense if you made that on UberX. Scott Tucker says, mine at close to 675,000 if I go after it. Scott, you're not going after it? Come on, man. You're building a new company, you stopped driving, and you haven't gone after that money. Scott, do it yesterday. Do it yesterday. Was that for Lyft? Was that Lyft regular, just the regular platform? What car do you drive, Chi-Town? I like that. Chi-Town 5.0. Cool handle. Regular. There we go. So if you look at the regular rates compared to the XL rates, you know, Lyft has the same category XL. Usually double the rates. These guys are making $80 an hour. If we do your math, 48. If we double that, would be 96, fairly close to the 80. So you actually made a higher percentage versus the XL. You would have completely killed, and Ford Focus, that's awesome, but you would have completely killed it. You would have doubled those numbers yesterday, Chi-Town, had you been in that category. Right? And I can tell you one thing about Halloween, one thing about New Year's Eve, one thing about July the 4th, one thing about these big vacation holidays is that there's big families, big groups, and they tend to turn towards the XLs. So you can have enormous days on these vacation days. Right, Scott, you are right. Sorry, you're in Nevada, right? I did make a video with a link of the class. I did make a video with all the class action attorneys around the country, including Nevada, right? Because this is a class action thing. You join a class action against Uber and Lyft. They represent you as one of many drivers. So they have them in Nevada. I would do a Google search for Nevada and find out which heavy hitters are going after Uber and Lyft and join that class action. Especially because you are heading off in your own direction. You're becoming your own boss. You're starting a credit repair company, right? And you have moved on. So if you've moved on from that, do they still owe you a lot from what you've moved on? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You just said it. They owe you several times that amount, a few $100,000. Don't stop there. Go and research, make a couple of calls, and find out who are the heavy hitters in Nevada that are doing class actions against Uber and Lyft, and go and get that money, right? If you get paid in 7 or 8 months, it's money you never expected. Be happy. Go Donny.com is the heavy hitter. How are you? I'm trying to figure out this chicken challenge, right? He made this chicken challenge. Now I have a few questions for you on this chicken challenge. This chicken challenge that Go Donny put out there. Do you have to have a live chicken with you? Can you dress up as a chicken? Can you make chicken sounds? How does this chicken challenge work? Do share. Slick Nick says, if I win the wage claims I filed against Uber and Lyft, I would definitely look into upgrading to a black car and go for a TCP. Yeah, I like it. That's vision. I'm looking at a Lincoln MKZ hybrid or Acura RLX hybrid to start. Great cars. I like that vision. Follow up with that, my friend. Darius Moore's in the house. I make I made 335 today on Uber's drive, 3 hour. Yes, that's the record right now. So 3 hours, the gentleman's made over $100 per hour. 2 thumbs up for Darius. Beautiful. That makes me happy. I want to see people make money. I don't want to see people hurt. I want to see the rewards. People deserve the rewards. You've worked so hard. So I'm extremely happy for you, Mr. Moore. Not Roger Moore, but Darius Moore is in the house. To you, your family, hopefully you're doing well. Alex Critics is in the house, lighting it up. Come on, baby, light my fire. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-boom. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. There it is. He lit up the fire, lighting up the room. Use the footage of the chicken. Oh, so you gotta splice and use that video of the chicken in the Uber ride. Okay, I get it now. You could use that and make your own video. It's Moose. Could a driver get deactivated for winning a wage claim? Well, I'm pretty sure you'd be on their shit list, right? And I'm sure they would use every excuse. Once they've paid you out that big wage claim, I'm sure they would try and make your life difficult. But there is such a thing as retaliation laws. They cannot retaliate against you legally, so you could go after them a second time. If you can prove that they retaliated you or deactivated you, right? That's what in my phone calls with the Ubers, 415 number in San Francisco, I'm not allowed to mention the name because I'm in a lawsuit, but with that particular attorney, he knows who he is. He's very overweight, claims he was in the Marines, but he's extremely overweight. Doesn't look like that fit type of Marine guy, but he knows who I am, right? And I said to him, your little specialized team, you like to shove people into your specialized team. Well, we'll let you know. You never gave me an answer, a definitive why you deactivated my one account. I'm asking you now, why did you deactivate my one account? Do you think the fool could give me an answer? No, he couldn't. And if he's listening in at this point, I doubt it, 1 hour. You know who you are. And you know that you sent me to FedEx in the middle of the COVID to send you these documents that you needed, and then you refused service. You refused service. So I don't forget. I'm like an elephant. Where I come from, Africa, I don't forget. And the fact that you sent me out there into a busy FedEx place to get you the documents because you needed them and then didn't receive them, I pay you back for that. Watch how I pay you back. I'm a patient man. 1 or 2 years later, I pay you back. Mr. Marine guy, you'll see how I operate. Go Donny.com. When cash and prizes, amateur, advanced, professional division going to the end of the month. 7 people have already entered and posted the video. It's on my community page. Hope your video goes viral. Damn. The chicken challenge. Go check it out. Go Donny.com. Check out his challenge. He says that 7 people have already entered it. So what you're telling me, there's 7 videos, chicken videos. I would love to watch them just to be the judge who I think is the best out of the 7. And what you're basically saying is come on board, make your own chicken video. Nobody's ever did a story about this. It would be a great news story. It was before Uber Pet. I like that. Every time you send something to someone, always get a return signature receipt, which they refuse to sign for. And FedEx confirmed that they refused to sign for that legal document that they requested. That's how I'm going to hammer them. There's another cinnamon challenge, and there's a $100,000 Uber Eats challenge. There's a lot of challenges out there. I would be game for another 24-hour live stream challenge, right? Go Donny.com. Wasn't that a lot of fun? You got DJ Go Donny.com. I mean, he was spinning the vinyl. He was spinning the 80s. He kept the party alive. I would constantly check into his channel to see what's he playing now. Is it Madonna? Is it Depeche Mode? What is it? He had a massive portfolio of good music. All right, guys, I've hit the 1 hour. Got to get a little bit of work done. This is work, this is fun, this is work. Dara took the mental challenge. The mentally disturbed challenge, maybe. I don't think he ever did the mental challenge. Good, we didn't have to flush, and I haven't been flushing anyone for quite a while. Looks like we eliminated a lot of the trolls. They eventually give up, they dissipate, right? They realize that they don't have a voice on a platform like this. Maybe some of them come back, but they will get flushed. So, little warning to all those future trolls. You don't want to meet my toilet bowl. I'll show you. Yeah, careful with the music. Yeah, that's the one I go. If you're on a monetized channel, you've got to be really careful with that music. If you're not monetized yet, you don't have to worry about it too much. But once you're monetized, you got to really, really watch out that you are not violating. Just like, Rolling Stones, they want to file a lawsuit against the Trump campaign for misusing their music, their songs. Neil Diamond wants to file a lawsuit, right? You can't just take people's music, right? This is their music. This is like, hey, I'm going to take your car for the day and I'm going to go and make money with your car. It's just not legal, right? You're violating someone else's space. Yeah, that toilet bowl, it's right here. I'll show you. It's right over here. Here's the toilet bowl, but thank God I didn't have to hit that button. I mean, I've flushed a lot of trolls in my lifetime. Or let me correct that, I flushed a lot of trolls in this channel and other channels. Sometimes they reinvent themselves, come up with a new name and come back. You sniff them out, you sniff out those rats, and you flush them straight back down. It's not difficult. Viva Las Vegas, life in Las Vegas. Hello from Las Vegas in slow. Weekends are not that good yet. But hey, question to you, life in Las Vegas. Must have been a very, very busy weekend, right? In Vegas. I mean, honestly, if you had the chance and you drove down the strip on Friday, Saturday, or today, pretty full. I mean, I'm sure it's not at full capacity yet, but was it pretty full? The Royal Flusher. The Royal Flusher. Yeah, welcome. GoDonnycom says, thank you so much for mentioning the challenge. Go watch the videos on my community page. Remember, create, don't hate. Oh, I love that. Like, may I use that? Thank you. Create, don't hate. Go to Donny's channel, support him, subscribe, go and check out those videos. Maybe you want to participate in the chicken challenge. I got to see those videos and see, okay, can I do something? Do I have the time to do it? Do I want to participate? Life in Las Vegas. It's busy on weekends, but weekdays are slow. Thanks for that update. Tony Slaughter, has anyone ever applied for the SBA loan? I can tell you from the pictures, the proof that I've received, I have seen guys receive $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, and the highest guy, the highest number from a friend, very reliable source, Flo. His name's Flo, F-L-O, $70,000. A driver, $70,000. Tony Slaughter, he says, Jimmy says, I've received $15,000. Good for you, Jimmy. It's Moose says, did you have to escalate the creepy old man issue from a month or so ago? He kept on showing back up for a while. Let's just put it this way. My answer to that is very, very short. There were two individuals on my radar. I took care of things. Doesn't mean I fucking walloped them. Didn't mean I had to get physical. Just took care of the matter. And yeah, they're welcome to come back in again and get another walloping. Tony Slaughter, $7,500. See his chicken video for the 4th. Whose chicken video? Who did a chicken video for the 4th, Rick? Herpes, yeah. Herpes, he keeps on coming back. Herpes. Herpes. Mr. Sexual Disease. Mr. SD. Keeps on coming back. Gonorrhea. Herpes. AIDS. Whose chicken video on the 4th, Rick? Just curious. Who put out a good chicken video for the 4th? Genital herpes. Yeah, we'll call him Mr. General Genital Herpes. Mr. General Genital Herpes. That's his new name. The old creep. Mr. General Genital Herpes. GGH. GGH. That's my name. General Genital Herpes. All right, we've got to have a little bit of fun. We've got to have a little bit of humor. We've got to keep a little bit of light. We've had pretty much a roller coaster on this live stream, from very highs to very lows. And when I'm saying low, I'm not saying low energy, just very low, sad news. One of our great friends and subscribers, Phil, lost his mom. God bless the lady, sending her love and light. So that, to me, I guess, was the lowest, the saddest news I've received today. And then on the other hand, I've also received a lot of positive, happy news. So you never know. You never know what happens in 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 49 seconds. You never know. Rick Nelson, funny rhyme. You still haven't told me who's the chicken. Who made the chicken video? You made, Rick, you're my curiosity peak. You said, see his chicken video for the 4th. Are you talking about Go Donny Come? Troll toilet bowl. The troll toilet bowl. Tony Slaughter, do I want to go overseas again? Absolutely. Abso-frickin-lutely. Europe is on my agenda. Again, got to sort of navigate through some of this craziness. The good thing is, get a lot of feedback weekly from different countries in Europe. A lot of friends in different countries. Germany, France, England, Italy, Portugal, and Holland. I get a lot of feedback, and getting things under control. So depending how crazy it gets here, sure, I would take off. A lot of my clients took off to Switzerland, to Germany for 2-3 months. Still there. They're still there. Much of it is political. I would leave the politics aside. I would focus on the issue. Just push the politics aside. Focus on the issue and stay safe. That's my message. Put the politics aside, focus on the issue, and make sure you stay safe, and make sure you navigate through this, however you want to do it. London, yes, what a great city. What a great city. London. Oh my gosh, I can never ever get enough of London. Every single time I've been in London, it has never ever disappointed me. Poland is beautiful. Poland's a beautiful country. Warsaw, Krakow, beautiful cities. Junkyard Mechanic William in the house. The Uber won't let me log on. It's stuck on that COVID-19 verification. It wants you to verify that. This is what I would do. I would delete the app, reinstall the app. If it prompts you again, accept those conditions so you can go on, and then immediately make sure you send the opt-out. You have 30 days to opt out. Now, if this is a message that was there already 30 days ago, obviously it's too late to opt out. So you'd have to go back on the platform if you want to work. GoDonnycom says, God bless and respect Godspeed. You know, I lost my mom last year. That's a terrible thing to lose. There's nothing worse and more painful than losing a mother, a father, a sister, or a brother. Nothing more painful. I was 21 years old when I got the phone call and I lost my father. It was the worst thing I could have ever experienced. And I still think about him every single day. Pavel is in the house. Thank you. Mr. Rospotnyuk, I hope I said that correctly. I hope you are having a great Sunday. I hope you had an awesome 4th of July. I hope you and your family are staying safe. I hope you're happy. I hope you're making money. I hope they're paying you, Pavel. Pavel, right? Not Pavel, Pavel. And I appreciate you. Thank you. When we meet, we have a coffee, okay? Or lunch. Post-pandemic times, right? Hopefully before 2021. If we can evaporate 2020 from the history books, I wish we could do it. I wish there was like a little magic wand. Oh, 2020, let thou be gone. Bring on 2021. I wish it was possible. Pavel, my friend, Pavel's in the house. Thank you. Hey, look, every live feed with me, you guys know this, it's often a roller coaster of emotions. There's a lot of sharing. There's a lot of good, a lot of bad, just from the industry, from Uber and Lyft, a lot of good reporting, a lot of bad reporting, a lot on the health side, on the safety side, a lot of good reporting, a lot of bad reporting. But the bottom line is we always have to be true to ourselves. We always have to keep it real, and we always have to communicate clearly, whether the good or the bad. Just put it out there. Let it fall where it may. You always have a support group here. You always have people that care about you. You have genuine people that care. Once in a while, only once in a while, once in a blue moon, do we have a piece of crap entering the room. Represents Dara right here. And we got to get rid of that negativity. We got to get rid of that toxin. But generally speaking, 99.9% of the time, we'll have fun, we'll communicate, we'll be honest with each other, we'll keep it real, and we will move forward. We move forward. We don't move backwards. We're not dwelling in the past. We're not dwelling there in the past and holding on to all this toxicity. No, we're looking at the opportunities, the excitement in the future. I want 2020 to roll around. I want 2020 to be gone. I'm excited about 2021. That's what this channel is all about. I love you guys. I'm going to keep it here at about 1:15. Slowly, my plane is coming down to LAX. It's about to land. My wheels are just coming out. I'm doing the descent. Here's the airport. Here's the runway. I'm round about here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts. We have 3 minutes to arrival. The weather outside is 90 degrees. Welcome to Los Angeles, California. At this moment, the captain would like to say thank you for a wonderful 1 hour, 15 minutes and joining us on the live feed flight from RideShare, Livestream RideShare Professor. The captain would want to wish all these passengers a very fantastic day, and may you stay safe and may you enjoy the journey, and God bless 2021.
107 in Vegas, 95 over here in Calabasas. Rest in peace, Mom. We love you. R.I.P. She's a sweetheart. She's smiling down at you, Phil. We send her prayers, we send her love, we send her light. We just send her a lot of love upwards. Send it up, people. Send her the love. Show her the love. Show her we care. Show her that we're there for you. We're there for you, Phil. We love you, brother. We love you. All right, everyone. If you got to ask, you don't know. Dry heat in Vegas and 107 today. We're gonna go outside and play. Make it a great, great Sunday. And please return the stewardess to her original upright position. And will that person please come out of the bathroom, out of the restroom, and stop harassing that stewardess? Thank you for joining the Mile High Club. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. It's not officially going back to work to 2021, taking some much needed time off, but I will be working on YouTube to help anyone that needs to go in that direction. So reach out to him. He's there for you, right? This is the cool thing about these people are putting in the hours, are putting in the efforts, building it out, gaining subscribers. They're there to help, right? They're there to share. Phil, when you're in Cali, you hit me up, baby. When you're here down in LA, let's go out for lunch. Have a great day. Appreciate the roller coaster drive. Yes, today was a roller coaster. Not intentionally, but that's just the way things sometimes work out in life, right? But as long as we can go down that roller coaster with a couple of loops, woo, 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 woo. As long as we come out and we can say, hey, I enjoyed the ride. I had a fantastic day. I had a great, great roller coaster ride today. Rick Nelson, Uber wants you to take a picture and verify the driver mask. Do it. This is my picture, Uber. The monkey, the baboon. And I wish you all a great day. Stay safe, everyone. Happy, happy Sunday. Be safe. Take care. As I leave the one room there, let's see how many hours